Welcome, everybody. Welcome to BeoTalk number 389.
Damn.
Yeah, it's going fast.
It's going faster than life, I guess.
Yeah. Eventually you'll move here, and then it's...
Eventually.
Let's hope it's before episode 400.
Me too, man. Me too. I think the
nice.
400 we have to celebrate together.
Do some shilling.
Let's do that.
Go to skinnyplay.com / my username. Link is in the chat. And pick something out for your shape. With these custom covers, you can also do all your family pictures and that sort of thing.
That's it.
So get 10% off that whole purchase. Very nice people. Then we have our friends over at Tigrino Studio. They do all this sort of aluminium work. Link will also be in the description and also in the chat. Same deal, promo code for 10% off, which is very nice. If you have 8s, I highly advise on the aluminium covers because they're really fucking worth it.
They look stunning, yes. I've seen them in person. Very nice, very nice.
Then we have our cable master, Steve, if you're in Europe or the UK. Soundsheavenly.com or .co.uk. And buy yourself some B&O cables that don't fail within 20 years generally. Because I think Steve recently had cables back that he made 15 years ago and it was still good.
If you make them right, they're going to be good for good. As long as, don't dip them in the water.
Yeah. And finally, buymeacoffee.com / BeoWilly. That is our super chat. If you like to support the show and or Willie with coffee so he stays awake.
Still is a challenge to sit on that Eames chair behind me.
Yeah. It helps the show out. It helps Willie out. Also, it takes much less of a cut than YouTube ever did. So, but buymeacoffee.com / BeoWilly. Also, if you have a question and or topic you need an answer to within legal limits, we'll answer it if you post it there, if we somehow can't get to it in the chat. And that's about it for now, because I think a lot of you are going to watch Formula One first, because that's apparently in Miami at the moment.
It's going on. So I guess, yeah.
Well, it starts in, 50 minutes?
Oh, okay. So let's see how much we draw people. That's what's going to happen.
So, it already started? Wait, I thought races always started at 3. Well. It must be the rain then, because supposedly we're getting quite a bit of rain.
So they started earlier?
Yeah, maybe. Because yesterday we had quite a lot of thunder and rain and things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, like you saw this whole cloud packet go into the Gulf of America, the Gulf of Mexico, whatever.
Yeah.
You saw it going up like Mexico, go to Texas, to New Orleans, and then it decided to come back like with all that nice hot weather and water in the air, and decided to dump it out over Florida.
Yeah, we're going to have rain all week too, so I think that's the remnants of that nonsense coming up.
God, we really need it. It's dry as a bone here.
Not here. Not here. Here it's pretty rainy.
Yeah.
At least it's not in Calgary when they had 6 inches of snow last week. So,
I mean, it rained yesterday, but that was the first time in like 3 weeks or something that it rained.
Just crazy to me that in Florida it rains so little.
Winter, it doesn't rain in winter at all. Like, it's just nice weather.
Mm-hmm.
It's so strange. Like, I'm still not used to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's in Europe, like when you this is totally unrelated, but in Europe, when it starts to get to winter, right, you mow the grass short once, so like it doesn't freeze to death.
Yes.
I first year here, I decided, well, it's winter, right? I'll mow it short and then I'll come back in a month to mow it again. And my neighbor was, you shouldn't do that because it's so goddamn dry. It'll just kill
It'll
it.
kill it. Yeah.
Yeah. So if anything, you do the opposite. You leave it long in winter. It's like, okay. So the first year here, I nearly killed all the grass.
Nice.
It's like, damn, I have to spend all this money on watering all of a sudden.
Yeah, the first time that we laid sod in Canada was I almost killed my scalp because I went with my dad. I think I've told that story before. I've cheated on my barber. I went to some cheap ass whatever in a superstore, right? Like they had a little kiosk.
Yeah.
Bro, dude, the dude screwed me up so bad that I ended up with a 2 mil just freaking prison cut, right? And that was Friday. Saturday, the sod came in and we had to roll it, and it was fucking so sunny, dude. Burnt my entire head, and then we went camping. And it was the May long weekend, and we set up the tent. And the next morning, we woke up with our tent roof basically about 20 centimeters off our faces because it snowed about a foot overnight. So we obviously couldn't find no beat or anything. Everything's gone. So yeah, and ever since then, I never do anything. Even my winter tires do not come off before May long weekend, which is the end of May in Canada. Don't trust it here, man. I've seen snow in every month of the year since I've been in Canada. In August too, bro. So it's here it's a little different because at least here they don't know what hail is, where in Calgary the hailstones are the size of golf balls, if not larger.
Yeah, I
That
remember
does
that
some
when like
damage, bro.
it's like sandblasting a house.
Yeah, I know that does some very, very serious damage to your house or cars, everything. So I'm glad that we don't have that. But then again, I guess everything comes with the cost, where here they dump 136,000 tons of salt a year on the road. So your car just rusts. But in Alberta, they put rocks, so you have beaten up windshield and scraped up paint to the front mask. Can't win. But I'm sure in Florida they don't do any of that. So
no, because it's not needed.
It's not needed at all. But yeah, I was reading on Discord. It was touch base on a little bit of what I guess Steve was asking regarding the Mozart join play.
Yeah.
Do you utilize that at all? Or it's pretty much nonsensical with two pairs of 50s, which what I find sometimes
not
too,
often. I every so often I join it the A5 outside to whatever is playing inside, but not often.
Mm-hmm. I've recently started having issues, but I told you that I think that bollocks little modem of mine that I have is having either issues, or you never know how many times it's been recycled into the process, right, from whatever previous contract it was in and whatnot, because you return them afterwards.
Yeah.
But I don't have issue on the Mozart. I have issue on the ASC and into the Avant. So if I'm playing from the theater, which is wired to the router, or basically to the internet, and then Wi-Fi, which is 3 meters away from the TV, and I have dropouts. But that started honestly very recently, like I would say month and a half. And I can't see that that the app would cause it. I think it's something to do with the software that's on it, even with the 6.1.0.17, I believe it is now, or whatnot. So I don't know.
I
I'm
wouldn't be surprised if you have to reset your router and have everything reconnect again.
Like reboot it?
Yeah.
I've done that. I have it on the watt box, so it's proper, 60-second power off and then let it power up. It takes like 3 minutes for this thing to come back to its senses again.
The router, you mean, right?
Yeah, and it's also scheduled for power cycling every Sunday at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, and the second outlet that I have on the watt box is it's split out to BLI and Philips Hue hub. So I have the automation side and I have the internet side on the watt box being managed. The other day I came home and my internet, which was weird, the gateway or BLI wouldn't trigger off of my keychain through the moment. But then it suddenly started playing, even though my Wi-Fi on my phone was saying that I'm connected to my network without internet. So it's just weird.
That I do have on occasion, where like the app says something isn't reachable yet it's playing. It doesn't happen often. It happens, I don't know, maybe once a month or so. Specifically, more often with the theater, where it's literally playing.
Thanks, Barry. Very much appreciated the coffee.
Thank you, Barry.
Let me know, by the way, if you ever got that picture calibrated. Not that I need that thing, but I'm just curious if you ever got your tech to do that BB12 with that USB nonsense I sent you the camera. So, anyways, you were saying.
I have where like the app says that the theater is unreachable when it's playing like Deezer or BNO radio, like it's not online or something. Like
I've seen it a couple times, but what I have now happening, because I'm servicing a few residences that through the other company, so I have them created as another home, right? Which are the old BNO cores in there with the lab 5s connected to them, because some are in the office, some have a new BeoConnect core on them. So at any rate, every now and then I open the BNO app, it comes as connected to Service Shack, as I call it, instead of Apartment 2.0. But it shows proper. I don't understand if it's like sharing a weird location, or I don't know what it's doing behind the app, but I've never seen these notifications before. Yeah. Another weird bug that I had actually yesterday, I went to a service call to do a core with HDMI ARC, lap 3s and whatnot. Could not assign the second speaker on the power link. It would crash the app. So that was a really big piss off for Friday in the afternoon.
Good morning, Australia.
Good morning, Australia. But yeah, so there are some kinks in the app still. Hopefully they're going to be ironed out. I don't know, at some point you guys should address as BNO the inability to customize the BeoLab 90s. At least I have mine stuck in my color instead of the basic black and oak, which I think that should be somehow translatable to what you have in your setup into the app when it's playing. Like you actually have white 90s show up on your theater. I think that would make sense, or whatever color you have.
One would think so, but I have a feeling the app developers don't have any of these products, so it doesn't particularly
bother
get
them.
noticed by them in any sense.
So yeah, that's my gripe with it. But other than that, I don't really have. I know that there's, there was a question asked also, like if you can listen to the a theater on a BeoLink, basically. Yes, it's possible, but honestly, the best workaround, at least in my opinion, is if you have a whatever playing. I usually join my BeoSound 1 and just turn the volume up, mute the theater completely, and then join the rest of the house. So if you're not looking at the screen, you don't see the lip sync issues. But I guess if the point of that is to have it somewhere or multi-room, you're not really watching the TV then, are you?
No.
So then you can have it synchronized throughout the entire house, but you are unable to have the sound coming out of the theater. And I guess in another way, like if they were in a deep, unless I guess you could have them in a, let's say you have not the theater, but let's say you have like set of 28s or 8s in a power link mode, like actual power link going into the theater. And then you have a speaker preset or a listening preset that doesn't include those 28s or 8s. So it doesn't send a 5-volt signal. So the speakers are off or standby. And then you could join them if they're stereo paired. But that's so fucking convoluted that it's just you're asking for something not going right. And I just, I don't understand why BNO's limitation is still there after all these years with the HDMI distribution to the BeoLink. but it's a fact. And yeah, there is no other way other than, like I said, join the stereo pair of your hardwired theater speakers when they're not in present speaker listening position.
Yeah, back in the Masterlink days, this was common and it was fine.
Oh fuck, AV command, man. ABCD, boom. Their 9000 kicks in, and you're watching news with freaking Dire Straits playing over top of it. Who cares? So yeah, I'm back from the days of the first B&O Smart TV, which was the BB9, right? When you finally got the BeoMaster 5 tossed into it.
Was it
That was like the first. The what?
I'm just thinking on the later model BO4, you pressed list 3 times because it was format, stand, AV, go, and then you press CD or radio.
I usually move that stuff around.
I just kept it where it was.
For anybody that ever wonders how to move your stuff on the BO4, you press standby list, then scroll down to move, and whatever blinks, let's say, you have a speaker stand, but you want the stand to be first one, then just scroll to when its stand is flashing on the display, press number 1. That's your stored position. So then you can number by sequence if you remember what you want.
Yeah, I'm thinking now, like after Avant 32, it was kind of like format wasn't really a thing anymore because everything was more or less 16:9, but it was still in the remote, and it's sort of like.
The only time I really used the format was back in the times when I had a BeoCenter 2 plugged into the BV9. And with format, you can actually expand the widescreen so it covers the entire screen itself, more or less. Like when you have those 4:3, 16:9 movies that are cropped to shit, you could make them full screen. But that looked the best, honestly, on the BeoVision 5 because that was such a low resolution display that it could still cope with the resolution that was output by the BeoCenter 2, which I think that project should have seen a Mark II revision where it would support Blu-ray playback. And I think that would have been the best Blu-ray player that was ever made.
For sure,
I think that would the prettiest one for sure. And Oppo, yes, I understand they have a lot more outputs and whatnot, but if that was something that was natural B&O made with its own environment, man, to this day, it's got SPDIF output, so you can still push out into the 90s. You just have to control the volume with the app.
Yeah. I mean, I still use my BeoCenter 2. It's just for CDs now, though. It is kind of nice, though. I have a CD burner, DVD burner somewhere that I still haven't gotten to it, but it reads MP3s and whatever else. So you can just
BeoCenter 2 does.
Yeah. So you can burn a DVD full of MP3s, which is like, what, 12 albums or something like that.
Well, if you get the dual layer, that's like, what, 7 gigs of data you can put on the or 6.7 gigs of MP3s. That's a lot, man.
So you just leave your one disc in the thing.
Should give you, once I stop by, I'm going to drop the hard drive on you because I have a copy of all of my music in WMA, right? And then I also have a copy of that music in MP3 at 320 kilobytes a second, because that's what the BeoSound 2 at the time handled, which is the little disc I'm talking about, not the cone. We're going back 25 years when that was cool. And every device had a purpose, where this now does everything else but calls and hear the other person, I guess.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of funny that your phone is actually the worst at making phone calls.
It's terrible. Like a lot of people using speakerphone now, and I understand now how and why, because that little slot sucks mostly. But yeah.
I mean, coming back to the app has been a fantastic turnaround. Don't get us wrong.
Oh, dude, I'm not saying it was not. Yeah, it's definitely, there's been huge milestones within few last months that have happened as far as the app is concerned. I still would prefer, honestly, to go backwards and put the round volume controller instead of the slider. Same. I understand the argument with the real estate, but at the end of the day, I think it's way sexier than any of the conventional sliders that mostly all the apps have. Maybe that was the point why they did that, so you don't have to change your behavior as you utilize the app. But I thought BNO was always different in that sense, you know, like even the remote controls and nothing is like it as far as all the other ones.
I just have a harder time with the straight one to actually get to the volume I want it to be.
Yeah, it never really lands where your finger glyphs off, I find as well. I tend to use the pen with my Samsung, so it's a little more accurate, right? I don't know, it's just a force of habit by now.
Yeah, my phone doesn't have a pen.
Yeah, you don't have a pen, so
Most of us actual B&O people are on iPhone, and we don't have pens.
I know. Well, fucking get yourself an iPad, then whatever, that Apple Pencil. Start poking your phone with it. But no, I do like the pencil. I use it a lot, especially like at work with the gloves and stuff. It's easier to deal with it. So, but yeah. So yeah, I
mean,
guess
yeah,
let's,
I mean, it is maybe nitpicky, right? But especially on a flagship product like 90s, how the hell can you not change color?
that's a little bothersome to me. At least they're, like I said, they're stayed in what they are, and as mine are concerned. So I'm not too fussed. But,
I mean, they function, but that's not it, right? Like if you buy, I don't know, some of the custom color ones, right? The purple and blue one, or the whatever else. Like, first of all, you do not have those icons.
No, they're not there.
I can guarantee you that, because even though you spend double the money for a special edition, there's nothing special edition in the app for an icon. And then secondly, if you, I don't know, do it wrong because you think you'll change it later, no.
The funny thing is, I have the old iPad from 2011 that we used on the BeoLink, on the MasterLink gateway as a bulb thing, keypad, I guess. I still have it, and I still have the old app on it because now you can't update it to the new one, right? Yeah. So in that app, I'm still able to change the speaker colors.
Yeah, so that's a bit crazy, though.
Go all the way back like 4 years or 3 years at least in the app software. Or just go to the old version of the app before it was rewritten, and then you can change, you can put your speakers to whatever they are as far as the 50s or 90s. I don't understand why that is an issue. I still don't understand why 50s are not built custom colors like the 90s were interfaced in the app, where you pick the crowns, you pick the sails, you pick the bottom plates, and there's your speaker. Mine is saved like that. Where in 50s you only have a preset colors, so like yours don't exist with walnut and Mercedes grills.
Silver and Mercedes grills doesn't exist at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's black and Mercedes grills.
Yes, that's right, with the silver lens to fucking piss me off.
And then there's something, I don't know, they snuck it under the radar a little bit, right? But you have the Mercedes grills in 3 variety of colors now. You have the
they really flew that low by, man, because I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, they have the sort of anthracite version of it, which is ever so slightly darker, but it is noticeable because it looks a bit blacker. And it's a bit easier to see through, even in regular light and when light is shining on it. And then they have they have, was it the gold version? Or is it the bronze? I forget, but there is another version of that to match the bronze version.
No shit.
So aluminium grills have 3 varieties of flavor now as well, or have had for like a year at least.
And it's not on the website. I'm just trying to look through it, but I don't see it anywhere.
No, I don't think so. Les says it cost us $7,000 to change the sound on the 90s. Yeah, well, the weird thing is that's and expensive and cheap. Because when I was back in the day looking at 90s, they were quoting me 15 grand to go to white, like Willie had them.
Yeah, mine, now that I looked at the last time I looked at, like, if I were to rebuild these, yeah, it's about 17 18,000 Canadian.
Yeah, back in those days, they wanted to charge me 15k euro to go to white. And then I was sort of like, this is too crazy, whatever. Then 9 months to a year later, white was all of a sudden a standard color and it cost nothing extra. Then it left again. Then it was a custom color altogether again, meaning it was even more expensive. So it's a bit strange. I think in the Netherlands at the moment, sand is the same. The sort of sandy white color is the same price as the black ones. But that may not be the case everywhere in the world, which is very, very strange. I mean, the Parisian night blue were like 35 grand more or something like that, or 30 grand more, which is insane. I mean, they're nice, but...
So I'm looking at it. It's all an atelier, basically. You can get them all in whatever zesty orange if you wanted to, olive green, navy blue. Yeah.
Oh, this was before the atelier thing was a thing, where the
griddles were...
Yeah, you had three colors. You had the normal aluminium. You had the sort of darker aluminium. I mean, the first time I saw those was in the London store. When was that? London, like 2 years ago? Because they had anthracite 50s when you get up the stairs up there. And there was a spotlight. And I was looking, it's like, that is the Mercedes grills. But, like, why do I see through them with light on them like this? Like, this is strange.
Black.
Yeah, it's like, and so I walk up and look close. It's like, wait, this is sort of aluminium, but kind of not. It's like it's a darker variety. Like, what the hell?
So they now powder, they anodize them in different colors.
Yeah. I mean, funnily, the sort of optical trick made that sort of black bezel around the edge seem much bigger. And like the squares looked smaller. So like it was and nice and strange, because it looked more see-through, even though it was exactly as see-through.
Same density of those elements. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
How light did or did not reflect around. I mean, and I quite like at certain angles that you see the drivers.
Yeah, it's the same like the 90s, that you don't see them, you just see the silhouettes a little bit. But if I let the light hit them properly, you can see the reflection of the inside. So...
Les said, had black originally changed to sand 2 years ago. It looked great in the sitting room.
I think the black color is very dominant, and it's a very few spaces and places that I personally think that color looks good. But the white or sand, it's, you know, it's so much more of a subdued presence of that speaker once you have that on it, that it's just not. You know what? For the shits and giggles, one of these days before I move out of here, I'll pull out the other sales, or maybe I'll just do it in Florida, because I don't want to unpack and repack all this shit, and put the black on it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just not. It's not the same.
Yeah. Well, if you need to park them here, I'll have them in black.
Word. What fucking guy? Oh man. I'll just to get them in your house, buddy. We could still do it. We could get them in your house.
Yeah, of course. Bermuda doors. The front doors open both.
I know.
I mean, and there's steps, but there's two steps that are this high, right?
That's fine.
Yeah.
But still, don't keep your hopes up, brother. Don't do that to yourself, because you're gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna make me a coffee because I forgot. Jeez.
I mean, honestly, I have no need for 90s.
I don't think you do, man. Like the sound in your room already is more than needs to be, especially like even when we're sitting outside, dude. Like it fucking pushes insanity.
Yeah, I don't even think we went over 65.
We watched the movie at 65 and shit was moving.
No, that was 55.
Was it 55? I think we
Yeah.
like went a little more generous. I don't remember, but I know we juiced them, and yeah, 2 pairs of 50s. That's a lot of horsey power going on in the room.
Yeah, I mean, I do love 90s, but they're so huge.
They are. That's the only, like I said, the only huge drawback is that if you do have to move these speakers around, it's a fucking process and a half.
Yeah,
Process.
I don't know how strong everybody listening is, but like you need to be able to lift 150 pounds, so 75 kilos, fairly easily to move them with 2 people. I guess you
You
can
know
move
what?
it with three people, but it's not really made to be moved with 3 people.
No, it's 2 people, but when you do have a harness, it's way easier because it goes around your shoulders. Like it's not, if you're picking it up with your hands, you're gonna be shooting hemorrhoids out of your ass. But like with the proper harness, when you lift by your thighs, they're not that bad. They're cumbersome a little bit because the problem is that everybody has to lift them in a perfect sync. Otherwise, they start swinging, and that's not good because then you're risking damage
Yeah.
on the bottom of the crowns, right? Because the actual attachment points are right here, very very close to the bottom, and also the edge of the box is about, I would say, 2.5, so an inch, 2.5 centimeters off that metal rail edge where you stick the plywood in to lock the box into place. So they're a little scary to pack and unpack. Like you have to be really careful with it. Otherwise, you may cause some damage, and it ain't cheap, man. It ain't cheap to buy parts for the 90s. Son of a homeless hooker! I just spilled it. Okay, done. So yeah,
Seems like most people do love the round volume sliding.
I think I think it's also nostalgically sexy because that's been around since Masterlink Gateway. Really, that was before even, I believe, the app really started.
Yeah. I mean, every volume, like even this, right? Like, and the Halo, it's all round. Like everything is.
Everything, the Halo's round, yeah. The Essence is round. The BeoSound 5 was round.
Yeah.
The BeoCenter 2 was round control. The only one that wasn't really round was 3200, 9000 BeoSound Century. I guess BeoCenter 9000, but you had the slide. That was the
Yeah.
first like touch interface, touchable
BeoSound
glass.
1, BeoSound 2.
That's right.
8,
BeoSound 3.
BeoLab
BeoSound
8.
3.
Yeah. BeoLab 8. The
28s.
Yeah, it's all round.
Even 90s, they
Balance.
show the volume in the
Yeah.
round circle on the top of the lens. So there, wake up.
Go back to round.
Let's go back to round, man. Call this.
I mean, if you really need to put the number dial of volume in the round, like you know how you now slide and you get numbers, right?
Mhm.
I think that is far less elegant than just sort of seeing.
Yeah, showing them over the top of the album art, basically.
Yeah.
I think it would make way more sense where the mute button disappears and it shows the numerical value and then reappears as a mute.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that hard in programming and animation, but I think that there's still a lot more sexy that could be done with the app. But I kind of sort of got over the fucking remote control now. So, and if I really want to get into it, I just go to the BLI. But then again, the drawback with the BLI remote, you don't got no buy buttons on it. So it's a hit and miss between those two things, really. But
look, if nothing else, for anything Mozart, right, especially for the theater, I still want the sound signal info on the main page, please. Be it like drag it down, see what's input output.
Yes.
Just so I don't have to click.
Just like there's a battery status on the headphones when you drag it down, right, from the icon. I think, yeah, that should be what the current soundtrack is now playing. or
It's
not now
so
playing, but codec.
unbelievably important how you have it all set up with the different codecs that you play, especially Atmos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, it'll cope with it quite a bit, but you get so much more out of it if you set it up properly and if you're in the right speaker group and that sort of thing.
Bro, speaking of Atmos, man, I listened to the Dark Side of the Moon 2023 remaster in Dolby Atmos.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I was absolutely melted into the chair, man. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing how they redid it. So for all y'all that's got, you know, enough speakers to pull an Atmos show, I would highly recommend Tidal Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon album to listen. Very good. Very, very good. Very quiet though. Don't understand why. Like on the earbuds I was listening to it, it still does the Atmos thing from the title, right? But at 90% or 100% volume, or at 90, right? It felt like the earbuds were at 35. So I don't understand why it was so quiet, but it's a killer.
I need
All
more
right,
power.
I need more power. Let's get into that. So it's unknown as far as how much, what's the milliamp hourage on this battery pack. It very much is an Apple-esque revisit of like an iPhone S4 to me.
Yeah.
I think that's the aim. I have bugged what's his name, Karim, already on Friday when I saw this in the Discord that if we can see what could be done to be ordered. So I'll have an answer for myself maybe this week, maybe Monday. That'd be sweet. Because I'm interested. I fucking don't need it because I have two big Milwaukee ones that I couldn't care less if they get beaten up or not, right? Instead of this that probably has a glass surface on it, so it looks.
Yeah, it looks like it.
But it would be something nice to have, just to have. I'd still use to charge it and whatever, but I'm sure it has its own pouch. But I like it.
Yeah, so apparently buy a set of H100s and you get one of these now. At least that's on the website of B&O. The exact specs for it, I don't know, but I would assume that you could at least charge them at least 4 times.
I think so. Barry, what are you? You have a theater 50s front, lab 8 sides round, 4 lab 8s as front heights and 17s as rears. Thinking of swapping my old BeoLab 5s for the 17s. Thoughts?
Do you hate your neighbors? Or do they live anywhere close?
I honestly would say it's not a bad idea to entertain, given what the direction serviceability of lab 5s is taking currently, where the chassis are 3 times the price.
Yeah.
And soon enough there gonna be no price on them. So I would very much consider, if you can get rid of them and you have somebody that is interested in buying them, and I don't know if you have new chassis in them, because that really dictates how much they're worth. Because it's if you have old chassis in them and you never service them, those speakers are not worth more than $2,000 in my opinion, because you're technically just buying the drivers, and you have to. But you can tell through the service tool. Depends on who. Like I can tell, right? But it's just I don't know. The 5s are reaching their endpoint. I know Anders is gonna hate me saying that because he loves his 5s, and I'm not saying they're a bad speaker. I'm just saying from the liability standpoint and from being able to service them, they're starting to get very, very tough and difficult to do. To the point where I'm walking away from people that want service on those speakers. I'd rather, you know what? go to the B&O store and trade them in towards something different, because they're not worth the money, and they're definitely almost not worth the repair now, because now the repair is what? It's $12,000 to $14,000 Canadian for both chassis. You've muted or something, bro? Something happened. Me not hear you. No, it's still not happening. Fuck. I don't know. No, something. Mikey's microphone crashed. Shiitake mushrooms. I don't know what you're gonna do about that, brother, but you're not happening. Maybe change the settings in the little video.
I'm now on the
There
webcam
we go.
microphone, but that's
Jesus Christ!
pretty
It sounds like
horrible.
you're in a toilet. Mikey live from his shower stall. Shit.
Does this one work? Does this one?
Yeah, it's back now.
Oh, okay, weird.
Yeah, that was weird. So yeah, Barry, I would give that, honestly, that's my personal opinion, but I would give that a real deep thought, because 17s are going to be around for a while, and they're much easier to repair because they literally have 3 boards in them, and or 4, I guess, if you count the power supply, and they're much friendlier to repair, and yeah. And also they're easier to place around, but it's your wallet, your decision. But just know the fact that the 5s, if they don't have new chassis in them, they're not really worth. If somebody came to me and wanted to trade me, let's say I have a set of 17s, and he wants to trade me a set of 5s with old chassis unserviced, I would refuse the deal. Because I'm giving you a perfectly good speaker for, let's say, value of $3,500, and I'm getting something back that I have to put in another 10 in order to make it feasible.
I mean, in Europe, I think 2 chassis is €6,000, which is like 10.
So that's Canadian. There you go. Fuck yeah, it's 10 G's.
But yeah, so if your 5s blow up, right, like you're probably going to have to spend about 6,000 now, and then you're probably in Italy with a name like that. Italy may be more expensive than Northern Europe in terms of service because they're not that close.
Barry's in New York, I think.
Oh.
I think so. I'm not gonna disclose all the way, but yeah, he's on our side of the puddle. So yeah, it's
gabagool.
So yeah, that's what I would.
Well, in that case, yeah, then you're probably closer to $8,000 US, right? To fix 2 chassis. I love 5s. They're a statement. They're art. It's just the internals, man. Like,
they weren't built for the longevity of that many years. Like, it's 2 decades now.
I mean, if you can have them as a secondary system somewhere that turns on occasionally, right?
That's a different story.
Yeah, but if you're going to put them in your main system as rear speakers, meaning they're going to be on all the time, and depending on service and all that, like if you just had them serviced, they'll be fine for another 10 years or recently, right? But so it depends on how far or close you are to that.
I agree. It's a tough nut because they're architecturally beautiful, right? Like, they are one of the most iconic speakers that B&O has made in their portfolio up to date. There's really, like, yeah, lab ones were nice, but at the end of the day, they're just a monolith of aluminium, where this is the shapes of that design, the sound, right? When it comes to the 5s. So
I mean,
I
had the opportunity to buy a set of 5s for essentially identical money to the 8s.
Mm-hmm.
I went with the 8s because even though I don't use this much, right? Like, it's gonna suck when they stop working.
Oh, bro! And how
it's
many?
Gonna be so expensive.
Well, you're fucking driving it to Orlando at the nearest.
Yeah.
That's if the guy is able to fix them, because B&O still didn't divulge the wiring schematics for service. So people that know how to fix them learn how to fix them on their own, over trial and error, doing it for years, decades at this point.
I think the guy in Orlando does know.
So
my 5s are early Mark II BLAP 5s with no service upgrades. They currently work perfectly. So they're going on
at least
15 years. Yeah.
Maybe you're a moderate listener, and it depends. Like, I have people that had a conventional way of listening to the TV through the AUX of the 9000. So yeah, the CD player has maybe 3,500 hours in 20 years, but the speakers have hundreds of thousands of hours over those 20 years, because they're always on. So that's something that I'm not trying to scare you off. I'm not trying to give you, or put a fucking bug in your head. I'm just giving you the real stats of what this is now, and from my perspective as somebody that does it on a service basis, and trying to advise people in a sound way. Because you can take my advice and you can go and take an advice of a salesman, right? And in which way they're going to try to steer you. Well, if you had 5s, you probably can push 50s, but I already have 50s. Okay, well, they're going to probably get you with the 28s, which is, the 28s I wouldn't even entertain the idea if you have 50s.
I don't know what sort of money you have in your wallet, because I don't want to look in your wallet. But if you want like ultimate power and all that, go for 2 sets of 50s if you can swing it, because holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, your
you've had them for 10 years now.
16, 17 years old, right? They've already beaten the prognosis for working without any sort of repairs. Whilst that doesn't necessarily say anything, because some don't really need much of anything. But it also very much depends on how loud you play them, how hard you play bass, and that sort of thing.
Yes. How much did you stress them over the years?
But they are 15 plus years old, right? Like, and they tend to be good on a chassis between 10 and 15 years. Tend to. So yours may be longer. Yours may be 20 years, but that is 3 years from now, right? And if you put them in your system...
And because the Mark IIs came out in like 2005, maybe 2 years later at the most, because the only thing that's really changed was that they went from the ICE plug into a regular figure 8 on the power supply.
Yeah.
That was basically it. And the software changed where the LED light, later on, I think, it wasn't even with the Mark IIs, but the LED light was forced to turn off to meet the 5-watt minimum power standby consumption for European.
That was Mark III. And that was also the second to last software version of the Mark IIIs.
Yes. Which that software doesn't work on Mark IIs. So, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
Reach out to Anders Salstrom Photography, right? Like, if you know somebody in the EU that services on a component level, if you want, I would say if they're that old, never been serviced, still original chassis, you need to have at least a contact where you can get them fixed in case they need it. Otherwise, I would.
Barry's gonna email me. Don't do it, Barry. Don't do it.
Otherwise, I would more or less leave them alone or in a separate system that doesn't turn on the most, or just sell them. I know it's hard, right? But if I personally, if you don't need the money, right, I'd rather look at them than sell them, because they don't degrade by just sitting there.
No, I would hook them up with a BeoSound 9000 as a classic system and leave it in the room that I go there once a year, maybe, to listen to something.
Or I don't know, make them your office speakers or something, right? Where like it's low volumes, it's just background music. Like, these are never pumping, right? So these will last for fucking ever in here.
Yeah, the only thing that can go in them is power supply if you have them continuously turned
Yeah.
on. So
I mean, they sound loud, but it's not like max volume or anything. Like when it's very loud in here, it's at like 45% volume or something like that.
yeah, well, it's a small room, so
Yeah.
the 5s would just be too much anyways for that. But anyways, I'm starting to honestly changing a little bit my attitude towards the 5s due to serviceability issues that are forthcoming in the near future, and they're going to be severe. People are going to have to let go. It's just where it's going. And they're one of the worst speakers to integrate outside of the B&O realm of things, unless you have a core or some sort of a something just to make sure that it works. But it's they've reached their time of operation.
Yeah, they came out in what, 2001?
2003, I believe.
So 23 years ago.
It's been a while.
That was BeoLab 1s, I think, that came out in
1999 is when the Lab 1s came out. They were the millennial speakers, bro.
Funny that they're gonna most likely outlive the 5s. And it's probably for the sheer fact that they don't have all that power.
I honestly think it's not just the power, it's the fact that how the electronics were spaced out in there, and they're very cramped together, and just the heat is a natural enemy of all the PCB boards, and over time, doesn't matter how much, heat conductive paste you put in there and all these little pads and shit, that all disintegrates over time. And, people don't recondition their chassis every 5 years to take them out of the speaker and change all that thermal padding, right? Because the conductivity of that heat goes to shit. And electronics get tired. Capacitors get weaker over time.
Yeah, they start to leak, and you don't notice the initial leak
till it's too late.
Yeah. I mean, I still love 5s. It's a hard decision, right? What to do with them.
It is. It's a very hard decision, but at the end of the day, if you can't afford to look at them, then just keep them for yourself and look at them. But if you are, I guess the problem is now, like, you're in the rock and a hard place, because if you are selling them, then what's the guarantee that the guy who, I'm sure when they buy those speakers, they're going to fucking blast them, because that's what Lab 5s do. And they may cook the chassis within the first week of owning them. Then what, right? Like, are you going to be on the hook because you sold them speakers that were old, or
is.
he just did it, as
in
is,
this
I
country,
guess.
it's absolutely as is.
So
and if you sell them as is, then you bought them as is.
And don't bring them back as was.
Yeah, but that's not how I sold them to you, right? Like, if you decide to juice them from cold, right, like that, okay, that's not my problem. I mean, it's similarly to, like, I don't know, I sell you my 30-year-old Ferrari, right, and you cold start it and slam on the throttle straight away to hear what the the fuel cut sounds like, right? Like, just okay,
damage instantaneously.
Yeah. So there's, I mean, I still would at some point want to own a set of 5s, but they're not going to ever be in my main system just because of that. They're always going to be a secondary system, like in this room, where most of the time I'm just looking at them.
That's how I ended up with my Lab 1s, man. Mostly they were just there to look at. Barely ever played.
I mean, we're still in a period, right, where the cost and repair of this for 5s is relatively unknown. I'm not entirely sure you need to disclose that.
No, but this is for him to know, and whoever else cares. But it's not, it's not something you disclose necessarily on the marketplace when you post them. Sell them as is, and that's it.
Yeah, but I don't know if you have the money to just look at them. Look at them. Ed asks, so what do you do with old fives? Set them out next week with the garbage next week? No,
We're not saying that.
That's a choice for you to know to make, right? Do you want to spend that? Well, if in pounds, it's probably £5,000 to have your chassis replaced. That
Well,
chassis
plus labor as well, right? Like you need to understand that they're gonna have to come home to your house to pick them up. Blah blah blah. Like there's also cost of that service, which is probably another £1,000 on top.
Yeah. Also, the turnaround of your chassis is going to be probably between 6 and 9 months, right?
Minimum.
Yeah. So if that's worth it to you, right? Like I have no problem with that. I would probably say if I had fives for like the last 5 years or so, that would be worth it to me. Because there's not a guarantee that they're going to die tomorrow, right?
No.
I mean, yours, whomever has them, they may still last 5 to 2 to, I don't know, maybe even 10 years, right? But at some point, they're going to need a chassis. Which is,
that's just a fact. That's not a if. That's a fact.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of like driving a car, right? Like at some point, you're going to be in an accident. The only question is it going to be your or their fault? And how bad is it going to be?
Mm-hmm. But it's from my personal experience, when the right speaker starts to go, which means that the chassis is gone, at least the bass amps are gone, then I would recommend just taking them both and swapping them, because on average, a month or two later, once we came back after 7 months or 8 months of guy waiting for that speaker to get fixed, just to have the other one die a month and a half later.
Yeah.
Another fucking, so it's an year and a half of nonsense for you to get the speakers fixed, or just do them all at once, do them both, and that's it. Now, also there are two options where you can have a straight swap. So they just give you a chassis that they have available, which means that the paint in the back can be sticky. If yours were in perfect condition, then don't count on that being back. Or you can send them back based on the serial number repair. So they will send you the same chassis back from Denmark.
Yeah, I mean, this is the only downside of active digital speakers, right? Like,
but also they're 23 years old, Mikey. Like we've talked about it a couple podcasts already. It's just there's gonna be a time where these things are not gonna be repairable. Just like some of the old P&O stuff, it's just there's no capacitors that can be replaced like that, or laser mechanisms for 9000 that now are just these Chinese mechanisms that don't last for shit, but at least they work a little bit, right? So you can still breathe a little bit of life to your 9000 till the power supply dies, because then those are no longer available parts.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they were
it's
also
a gamble with the older gear, that's for sure.
I guess what you can do by the time it's going to be where people are going to be questioning, do I just throw them out, is look for another secondhand set and collect parts.
Or that, yeah. Because at some point they're going to be cheap enough that you can buy a couple sets and just Humpty Dumpty one together.
I mean, at what point, I don't know, for you guys, at what point it becomes economically unviable, right? Like, look, to me, right, Pentas are kind of economically unviable, but Steve loves them. And he will repair those things until Kingdom Come, right? So
I couldn't care for them anymore, honestly. I've had my era, and that's that, right? They do sound great. Don't get me wrong; they do sound great, and especially when you play the proper era time music on them, they sound fantastic on the system that was designed around that era as well. I never really listened to the Pentas on the BeoConnect core, but maybe they will sound a little bit better. But like I said, it's just that the time has gone and passed long time ago for me.
Yeah, so I don't know what to say to this, right? Like in Europe, if nothing else, like your dealer will help you with that a lot more than out here in the US.
I'm sure like there is a company in New York. I'm sure there's company all over the place in states, or companies that do PCB repair on like component level. I found one here in Montreal. I don't know how much it would cost for me to just bring them, let's say, the Avant video board and see if they can fix it. But it's the same thing. Like, I have a 10-year-old TV, 12-year-old TV. That do I want to buy a $2,700 freaking video engine board to it? And what if the display goes next, or the interface board that usually goes for the display? Then you're screwed.
Yeah.
So it's the same, more or less, that I have with my Audi now. That the car's 12 years old, and from the engine standpoint, it's fine till you stop it, and then it doesn't want to start, and I don't know where the problem is. And it's some sort of a goofy ass sensor that I haven't changed, the one that we've looked up the other day. I'm getting that sorted out, hopefully.
It's most likely the crankshaft sensor, yeah.
So I need to swap that, and then the car becomes 100% reliable till some another piece of bullshit electronics decides to go in it, and then I'm gonna be chasing again. So,
I mean, at least in Europe, right? Even with older speakers, you're more likely to get a deal with trade-in than you are here. And I don't know this from personal experience, but from other people I've heard talk about it here in the US, right? Where even like when the theater came out, people tried to like say, like 2 years ago, I bought my Eclipse. Can I trade it in? And it's like, nah. It's like, that would never be a thing in Europe, right?
No, because they can still resell it and push something else.
Yeah. So the US is quite different in that extent. I take it.
I think it's the consumerism mentality, though, that it's just, if it's, maybe now the time's changing where there's a lot more secondhand purchasing going on, and Bookface Marketplace and whatever the nonsense there is that people sell stuff. But
well, everything else is too expensive.
But because everything else is way too expensive to buy brand new, so that secondhand market also, like even those not Dollarama, but like those Salvation Army places and whatever, like the donation ones that I watched on YouTube videos that people walk through and show the price tags. It's like the regular shop money, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I love the fives. I've had my time with them. I can't have them in the apartment because of the downward firing woofers, and I like my music. Even with these, they push too much to the side, and it knocks the baguettes off my neighbor's table, and they get mad. So
you're telling me they need a house?
It's either that, or I'm definitely going to get a place like I had in Calgary, where the living room is between two rooms, preferably in a corner unit, so it, there's at least enough buffer, right?
Can I interest you in a nice set of 50s?
No. No, I'm good. I'm good with my 90s, brother. I'm really good with my 90s so far. They're just having a little break now, acoustic. I took them out because I couldn't stomach the fact of not having them around, more or less, than having them in the storage. But I didn't know that they are going to be. I had to tone them down so much, man. Like when I ran the original calibration through the theater, holy mother of mercy, dude! Like that was so much bass in here. Like it was way too much. It was way too OP. And I deleted the room comp. I even, I had to take the bass down by a few dBs on those speakers, and I still get banged on the wall.
Yeah, I mean the room comp really does its job, right? It makes it perfect for where you actually sit.
Yeah, but the rest of the house sometimes can suffer a little bit.
I mean, I guess the only way you can sort of tone it down is put the microphone on your cooktop or something like that, right? For one of the sweeps.
I've done that. Oh, by the cooktop.
Yeah.
No, I haven't gone that far.
I mean, it'll technically fuck it up a bit for your seating position, but
I'm also thinking of just doing it manually, like the olden days, where I just create a manual position and copy the distances from the microphone. but I'm not too bothered with it now.
Yeah, maybe you can mess around in the EQ slider a bit and just tone everything below 30 hertz down quite a bit.
Because it pushes quite a bit here. Not for long though, not for long. So we'll make it to Florida, and I'm gonna be pushing some negatives over there.
Be on Miami Beach.
What is that?
He's just like, oh, that's Willie. He lives like 5 miles that way.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. But yeah. So
we got a bit derailed, but power banks. You know, if you buy a set of H100s now, according to B&O, you get these as standard with it, which I think is quite a nice touch. It's a bit strange after so many people already bought them to now gift it with it, but whatever.
Maybe it's because the Beo Grace is outselling them.
Yeah. Also, you can't find them anywhere on the website. So if you want them separately, go to your dealer
and ask politely. Yeah, because I couldn't find any information on them, even on the B&O the H100 splash page. They don't really talk about anything on what the capacity is, and it looks like it's going to have a pretty hefty battery inside, but in a B&O-ish way. I don't think it's going to be that crazy for weight, because also they want to make it's a traveling pack, right? I like that there's a 4-stage battery indicator on the side.
Yeah, so I would assume that you can at least charge your headphones 4 times, if not more. But with the H100s, that's a week of continual listening at that point, because I think the one charge does like 32 hours or something with ANC on. Like the batteries last for fucking ever.
I've killed them once in your house when I was there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but they weren't full when you started listening to them.
No. I charged them full and see how long, and it took me like 5 days, and it was literally like 4 or 5 hours, right? Because I just sometimes even fell asleep with them on, and I woke up having a dream to a soundtrack, and I'm like, fuck, it's still playing. Take them off. Oh boy. Yeah, they're great. They're great headphones, but man, I am in love, absolutely in love with the Beo Grace. The best earbuds I've ever owned, bar none. Yes, they're inexpensive, but they're, I don't know, man. I use them every day. I kill the battery in them twice a day, more or less, sometimes, especially on the weekends. On the phone, or just, they're perfect for fucking vacuuming around and having YouTube going or whatnot, because you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Well, you can hear the YouTubes, but you can't hear the vacuum.
I mean, this is the only blurb I've found about it, which is a strange blurb, right? You receive a complimentary power bank with every pair of H100. With fast and convenient charging, beautiful sound is always just in reach. Just 5 minutes of charging with the power bank can extend your listening experience by up to 3.5 hours.
Holy shit, so what's the freaking wattage output on these power banks then?
Probably 40.
That's got a juice. I don't know if that's good for your batteries, though, to go that fast in.
Well, that's probably, again, based on parameters, right? If you're at 20% or above and up to 80% full.
Yeah. When you're in between, that's 60% sweet spot, I guess.
Yeah. But this is literally, if you go discover more, you don't find anything.
No, there's nothing to discover.
It's really strange.
That is bizarre.
But it's a good idea, especially for travel. I mean, if you go on vacation to some other country where your plug-in or whatever doesn't work, right?
Maybe they're slowly waking up and listening to us and starting to create these little cash and carry accessories that are cool for B&O. More of that, I think, honestly. And new remote for sure. We need a new remote.
Yeah, yes, please.
because we shouldn't live in the era where we don't have a two-way feedback on the remote control. That is not something that is supposed to look like, well, not look like, but it's meant to just sit on the table like a Halo.
Yeah.
But that's just what I think. Yeah, we'll see how much they are and whatnot, because I'm really interested in getting me a power bank just for the shits and giggles.
I do
the new
like this
color.
color.
It is cool. It's very girly to me, I guess. Depends, right? Maybe if you have red hair, then it looks cool. Be a ginger.
I think I could get away with it. Not with a yellow t-shirt on, but
You can get away with it. I like my silver ones. If I were ever to do another set, I would do the anthracite. Or piano black, if they ever come up with the piano black, would be sweet too.
it's just this honey tone is I like it.
It's really sweet. I like the case in the brushed or the Pro Blast aluminium in honeytone. It almost looks like suede leather. I don't think they. There should be a picture of it on the B&O's website. No.
Sorry, what?
If there's a picture of the case, because it looks like it's like almost like suede
For
in the
the
honeytone.
Graces.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, it looks very nice.
Price is US, which is
I'm still surprised that they're not offering comply pads or comply pads with it. They're so much better, man, than the silicone ones.
This picture seems like he was originally wearing the silver ones and they just photoshopped.
Yeah, they just photoshopped the shit out of it. It's almost like the Artemis. The Earth looks the same as the one in the 60s with the clouds the same.
See, like that same guy was wearing this color before and they just went MS Paint, the paint bucket.
Dink! Honeytone it is. It's funny.
Yeah. Where's it's $400 for that thing, which is.
You know what bugs me on that? That they should have had a hole for the status light of the Grace, because when you put it in the case, in the leather case, and you plug it in, you can't tell if they're charged, or if the connection is not made, whatever. But you know, when you drop them in that case, they're not gonna fly open and shit goes in 3 different sides or ways.
I mean, speaking of Atelier editions,
I like that I saw this on Discord the other day. That's a very good idea, and I think that they should have done that with those 4 that they first came out. Each should have an own B&O remote that came with it for that premium price that was paid. It would have probably justified or cheapened the cost of anodizing for that particular color, because now you have way more products to go through it, right? Through the bath.
Because they were what, €1,500 more for the special
I think
edition?
they were like 7,000 Canadian, right? From 5,000. I think it was like a $2,000 premium, if not $2,500. Because I think back then they were $4,500. Now they're 5Gs Canadian again. But I like it.
Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, right? If you run out of ideas, just start doing colors again. Like, where's the honeytone remote?
Well, there's one that came with every demo for the B&O theater in Atelier display. There's a honeytone remote for that particular theater. But yeah. Newsflash. So I was doing some more poking around on that Halo, Atelier Edition, whatever. They don't polish the ring. It's the same ring, so I'm paying 40% more premium just for this piece of wood. Feels bad. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that seems excessive.
That's a little too much. And I don't know why they can't polish it. Maybe it's just I know there's no rhyme and reason they should be able to polish the bloody thing, and that's it.
I mean, at
For
those
that
sorts of
premium.
prices, somebody should bloody hand polish it.
That's what I'm thinking too. But that's not the case. So it's just going to be probably later on in life another silver halo coming in. Maybe wall mountable this time as well. Well, I have, because I bought the spare thing for it, right? So I have, this one's originally was on the wall bracket, but now it's on the table stand. So I have the conversion deal.
I mean, where's the honeytone halo?
Well, they have them on display for the CES.
Yeah, yeah.
They've had them in all the colors.
Understood. Found the price for the power bank, 150 euros. That's what, 250 Canadian?
Yeah, about there. Did you find by any chance what's the milliamp hour capacity on it? How many approximate charging cycles you can do based off of that? I don't remember what's the battery on the 4,000 milliamps on the H100s.
I thought it was just over 3,000, but I'll go see.
Let's check that out with the class and see what's going on.
It doesn't spec it.
Oh boy, why would it, right?
Yeah. Battery.
Yeah, that I don't understand. That should be something that, like, even phones have their battery spec'd out how much they are.
Yeah, but it kind of doesn't tell you anything without the efficiency of the parts, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like saying, I have 1,000-watt amplifier and you only have 800, so therefore I'm louder. And it's like, no, that's not how that works.
No.
Let's see. Is it listed in the product sheet?
It should be somewhere in the specifications, no? I don't remember, quite honestly.
Battery size, typical capacity, 2 times 520 milliamp hours.
It's only 1,000 milliamps together?
Yeah, 1,040.
Shiitake mushrooms, that's pretty efficient then.
Yeah.
For how long they can run. Damn.
I mean, typical power consumption is only 0.2 watts.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah. And that's everything. That's the whole wireless connection plus volume and everything.
Mm-hmm. That's insane, dude.
I mean, I can show the class. It's in the product sheet.
Very, very interesting. 2 times 520.
Yeah. For anybody that can't read, I'll make it even larger.
Fuck you. I was trying to squint already. You knew it, bastard. But yeah.
I mean, what is and has been, right, particularly crazy to me about the H100s is that this is one of the few times where, like, the tech specs are like spot on, if maybe not a bit underwhelming compared to what they actually do. Because standby time up to 3 months is for sure easily, because I've done that and it's fine. Same with like the 32 hours with ANC, right? It does. Like it may even go a bit over.
Mm-hmm. What's the Grace's specs, just for the comparison? I wonder how small those batteries are inside. Gonna be little chiclets.
Let's see.
But I do get 4.5 hours on average with them on, which is not bad. They tend to go a little bit faster on the phone calls, but I understand that because the microphone's working overtime. Does it show? It should show.
Yes. 45 milliamp hours.
Oh man, they're puny.
Yeah.
And 200 milliamps in the case. Okay.
So you have 2 and a bit charges out of the case from dead empty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's cool that they actually do say it. We recommend charging the case every 14 days, not even when not in use.
Yeah, you probably should, because it's slowly draining otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
And especially lithium ion, right? Doesn't like to be completely dead.
No. No, that's the one thing. The price you pay if you let that shit die all the way, all the time.
So at 72 dBA, pink noise 4.5 hours.
Which is quite loud.
With ANC on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not so loud
bad.
that nobody can scream at you anymore, but it's loud enough that it's comfortable for most situations.
See, but the USB-C audio, when you're reading there, streaming can be from the case or the line in 48, 24-bit, but frequency range is 10 to 20K. So it doesn't go to 40,000 like the H100s do when it's high-res audio. You see?
Yeah.
The high-res audio is the same. So I don't know what really changes. Scroll up a little bit. Is there anything else? No. So yeah, it's 10 to 20,000 hertz. So all that other high-res nonsense is basically just processing that comes on top to give you the idea.
Yeah, this is the H100 in high-res mode. It's
40,000.
Yeah.
So on a spec sheet side, the H100s are better. More accurate, I guess, in a way.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
45, my shit don't go past 18,000, I'm sure by now. So I'm well within the design range and limits of the Beo Grace when it comes to acoustic perception. But 10 hertz is pretty deep. 20,000, that's pretty high up for me. And I'm sure.
I mean, 10 hertz is almost already a feeling, not so much a sound you necessarily hear.
Yeah.
I mean, people claim to hear all sorts of things, right? But I bet you if they blind test them, it's not true for most of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 10 hertz at 60 dB, right? It's more that you hear shit shaking than that you actually hear the sound.
Yeah, you feel it in your chest cavity more or less than anything.
Yeah. I mean, similarly, right? You may not be able to hear 20,000 anymore, but as soon as you put that up to like 80 dB, you'll feel it. You maybe won't hear it, but it's sort of like what, like
it's still there. It's omnipresent. Yeah. Should get my ears checked again, see what I've lost for hearing. Because I noticed a lot of my hearing or hearing went down a little bit in certain frequencies from the left ear because they drive a fucking window cracked.
I
That
apparently
apparently
lost
has a
most in my
long-term
right
effect.
ear.
So,
I mean, I did one of these hearing tests not that long ago.
what
And,
frequencies are dead in your ears?
Not that many, actually.
No.
It's more like at what volume it is. Like I still hear up to like 19.5 or something, but with the test they lower the amplitude and up it, right? So for the lower amplitude, I literally have to go, because otherwise, like, I hear my breathing over the sound. So like literally going is too loud and I can't hear it.
To hear it, shit. Yeah, I should do that. Last time I've done it was when I got the 90s, just to see. If that was a good purchase. I'm deaf. But it turned out I was pretty good.
So I mean,
So yeah,
I am, or have been. I'm literally the opposite of my sister in many ways, right? She was never that into like being up close on your computer screen. And I'm pretty sure, like, I wear glasses because I fucked my own eyes up by being stupid when I was younger, right? Like, oh, I'm gaming, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, I want to see every pixel. But in terms of sound, I was always like, well, 30%. If I can't hear right, that's enough, right? And my sister was like headphones in to the point where I sat like 5 feet away, and it's like good song. So
yeah.
like her eyesight is way better than mine, but like her hearing is way more fucked up than mine. And I think it's literally because we were dumb in opposite ways back when we were younger.
I played a lot of video games when I was young, even on like the old CRT monitors and shit. Those were harsh. And then I got a job at the architectural firm, which was 8 hours a day off the CRT. And then I finally changed it for an LCD panel. Oh my god, that was such a big game changer.
I mean, at one point I got quite good at Counter-Strike, but I played it on an 11.3-inch laptop.
Oh Jesus!
So it was literally like this sort of distance, right?
Oh yeah, I know that your eyes. You'd be happy you're not cockeyed, for God's sake. That close. Jesus.
Well, it was the only way to see people like far out in the distance, because like the screen was maybe that big.
Yeah. Oh, the good old days. I remember when I bought the Dell MX9. No, it was a Dell M170 or whatever, like one of those the gaming laptops. Then I bought the Creative Labs back in the day when there was a PCI MCA ports in the laptops. This is going way back in the 2000s. And I hooked it up and I plugged in my B&O A8s earbuds or earphones at the time. Oh man, that was wow, what a sound. Holy shit. And yeah, I was geeking the games pretty badly that time. But, I've moved on and grown up. No longer really play games, even though I buy them every now and then on Steam, like the nostalgia stuff that I used to play that still can run on this computer, that I don't need anything new. Oh, your microphone went to shit again. Away you go, buddy. Now you know what you gotta do. You gotta go back to the old, the webcam, and then other one. Something wrong. There you go. We got the one with the road noise, and then we should go back to. No, it's still not. It's still not happening, my friend. Yeah, you gotta unplug. Okay. This is power cycling and B&O issues. There we go. Something's happening.
Are we back? Are we back? Yay.
Yes, we are. Well, you're back on something, but it still sounds like you are talking on a Timu microphone. Is it? It's just a little more noisier, I find. There you go.
Is this good now?
Yeah, that's way better. Yeah. You sounded like you were in a car. like a Ford.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe the cable's giving up or something.
When was the last time you rebooted your computer?
2 hours ago?
Oh, before the show?
Yeah, I always reboot it because that solves so many issues.
We've been there. Fuck. Oh, Christ. But given we're on 389 or 389, we've only cut maybe 2 or 3 streams that your internet or something shit the bed complete in all those 8 years. I think we're a pretty good track record for being live for 2 hours every Sunday.
Yeah, was it the first time? It was the CPU cooler that shit the bed.
That's right.
And this was what, like 5 years ago?
Probably it was before COVID,
Yeah.
no?
Yeah, and then twice where the internet just went upside down, and I think Henrik even took over one of them.
That's right. I remember to continue it. Yeah.
Because I joined on my phone on mobile internet.
Oh, so funny. But yeah, that was a pretty good nail biter then. We need to get back on the stream. But yeah, it worked. So yeah, the magic of doing the live streams, which I guess to our viewers is a Sunday occasion. To us, it's just like it's a normal catch-up phone call for about BNO and nonsense.
Yeah. If you're in the chat, why do you still watch us?
Yeah. I wonder, like, what?
Are you
why?
entertained?
Yeah, are you entertained? Are we, or is it just like a bad marriage habit that you just turn the fucking thing on every Sunday and see what these two Goonies Goo-Goos have to say? But yeah, I'm pretty curious as far as what drives you back every weekend. Well, it's a bad question to ask because everybody's leaving for the Formula thing. But yeah, I'm just curious. You know, we come back because we love it. And it became a part of our lives that we just, once a week catch up, and it became a friendship over the years and a duty to our people.
Yeah.
And a duty to the brand that we both love, I guess.
Well, it's also like for a lot of it, we would have had these conversations anyway, right?
Yeah. A lot of this nerding stuff would have happened regardless if it was published or not, but we decided to go publish.
Yeah.
So that was that's the why.
Ed says, I have a BeoSound 9000 that has the chip in it that allows it to be on the network. I can operate it through the app and stream to the network rooms. If the BeoConnect Encore was available, what would be the advantage? None. Maybe that you could directly connect it to 28 and have a special app, but this is far, far in the weeds. Right.
To me, the only thing that really bugs me about the BeoConnect Encore is the fact that they're utilizing the Masterlink output, which is the DAC on the 9000 from 1996, where what they should have done, they should have had the Masterlink port utilized, of course, for the control of the CDs and, the whole interface, but there should have been also a plug, SPDIF, that goes into the ass end of the 9000. And that's where it should have been pulled the information as far as the sound, and do it with a DAC on a Mozart platform that is downstream, per se, in the BeoLab 28. That's how I think it should have done or been done. And for that reason, I'm not really a one that would miss the BeoConnect Encore. Quite honestly, the way I have it, I think the most ultimate setup with the 9000 is either keep a spare BeoFour, which I have in the office now, or BeoRemote one into the 9000 or IR audio. You can control the 9000 discs and have a Halo remote for your 90s, and SPDIF directly into the master speaker. You cannot get better sound than what that is, because it's zeros and ones coming from the laser pickup all the way to the 90s, and they do the DACing.
I don't mind the 90s DAC, especially with the contemporary music of the time.
The 90s or 9000?
9000.
Mm.
Sorry if I said 90s. I mean, the 9000, it sounds fine, especially with music of the era, right? Like,
Yes.
I mean, but if you're more of a critical listener that goes all over the place, like older music, newer music, yeah, okay, go the SPID, the SPIDIF route. It's yeah. Do you prefer the analytical, like full fat signal, or do you want a bit more ease of use? That's really what it comes down
That's also, yeah. Well, the problem with the 9000 going into the 90s is quite simple. There's only one power link input on the 90s, right?
Yeah,
So
but you
at
can
that
go
point,
PL to RCA.
I guess, yeah.
That's what I do with my
Yeah.
BeoCenter too.
Yeah, and then you can control the line volume from the 9000 more or less.
Yeah.
But you have to default them to turn on pretty high in volume, right? In order for that source to be listenable to.
No,
And
my
I don't
default's a 34, I think.
on the 50s.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have a maximum set, right? Like I'll have to look up how I did it. Because the BeoCenter 2 defaults at 34. I don't know what the 50s default to. I do have a maximum of like 80% volume or something, because if you go to 100, right, that's so goddamn loud.
Oh no, it's ridiculous. Here, let's go. Let's go to the Bang & Olufsen app. Loading your app. Load it.
Yeah, the BeoConnect Encore, it's just for that one system.
Yeah, it really has no use case in my opinion. Maybe if they did it in a way that it connects to an encore or the theater per se, then I think it would have a lot more utility than just having the 28s with it as a. But again, that's a special edition system, and that's that.
The Encore, I think, gives you individual disc control.
Yes.
And it also, like, it looks quite different because you get the CD player with the six discs essentially, and you can click on the discs and that sort of thing. I've only seen it once or twice, but you're not really missing out on anything.
No. Yeah, because I thought about a whole bunch of different ways to control the 90s with it, but it's the easiest interface is to do it with that. But the guys in Orlando said, like, even through the Crestron, like, you can send crazy commands into the 90s and 50s through the IP, right? So
Yeah.
maybe that could be something that, let's say you create some sort of a macro through control commands on your BLI that you can have step up, step down, control step up, step down to be picked up by the 9000 through the NLML converter, saying, okay, if I see that, then that's a next or previous track. Control digit 1 through digit 6 would be your discs selection, and volume would be, control volume, which would then tell the 90s to be turned up through a specific macro. But that's a headache that I wouldn't even get involved with. For the amount of time that I utilize the 9000, it's it's not worth it.
I misremembered. I have my because the BeoCenter 2 goes to the rear 50s. On the RCA line, they default to 75. But since it's line insensitive, right, that's essentially the max volume, and the BeoCenter 2 defaults to 32 or 34.
Yeah, because there's no odd numbers in there.
Yeah, so that is still, I mean, it's similar volume to when a theater on itself
starts at 40, yeah,
something like that, yeah. And then you on The BeoCenter 2, you can go up and down, and like 100% is then 75 on the rear 50.
On the 50s, yeah. Which is fucking plenty.
So it's a sort of double volume control where one is just static at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But it works with a BeoFour or one of these. Or manually on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to put it in, was it mode 0? I forget what. Because whenever the power cuts, right, it goes into a different system mode, the BeoCenter 2.
Oh, it goes to option 1. No, it has to go to option 0.
I forget
if it's
what
on its own. I think it goes to option 1 if it doesn't detect speakers plugged into it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's the same then. Oh, you need a shorting plug then.
Yeah, but if I just move the option, right, was it 0, then it's fine again.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if you put a shorting pin on the power link output of the socket center, right?
Yeah.
Then and the power
but that's
cycle
what the
goes.
power link plug is in.
There's 2.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I'll get one at some point then.
There's
so
2.
far, it's like every time the power goes off for a long time, like I have to put
once in a hurricane. Fuck, I gotta put the pin code in.
Yeah, and then it's like, where the fuck did I keep that again?
Didn't we delete the pin code on Christmas?
No,
I think so.
Because it was in
No?
Dutch,
Oh,
and you were like, well, what is it?
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. I opened the menu. I'm like, oh Christ on the cross, dude. There is no way I'm gonna navigate through that.
I have a master code for it as well.
I'm gonna leave as a hero, bricking Mikey's BeoCenter 2. first meetup ever, right? Sweet. So yeah, that didn't happen.
I got the master code from a dealer at some point, so I have that somewhere.
My BeoCenter 2 is the one that I actually had Brad back, I would say now at least 10 years ago, unlock it for me to open regions. And it was a specific BeoFour remote control that he had carved on it for BC2, right, only. And then he had it rolled up in an instruction paper that had more number pad codes and up, down, left, right than any cheat code on Nintendo ever combined into a fucking single sheet. And that's what allowed you to unlock all the regions in the BeoCenter 2.
Yeah, that used to be a thing.
The regions.
Old
days. Olden days. Now it's all gone, dude. But unfortunately or fortunately, I'm old enough to be remembering these days that when recording music was done in a real time from tape to tape.
I mean, I'm just happy that BeoCenter 2 still works as a CD player. Like, I understand, though, yeah, okay, but it's like 720i out max, so who gives a shit about that anymore?
Dude, that thing is as old as the Lap 5s, because it came out in 2003, I believe. Yeah. 2003 or 4. Because it was the perfect complement to the BeoVision 5, right? Which the best connection you could get from it, for at least in Europe, was the SCART. Because that cable carried everything, including the control SPDIF signal and everything in there. Did
they ever make an HDMI ready version of it?
No, there was never been one. No, you're dreaming. There was never.
Oh, then it was 480p was the maximum.
The only difference was between North American version and the European version that we didn't have. We only have one SCART output, where I think the Euro had 2, one in and one out. I don't remember. Don't quote me on it, but it was a bit different. Plus that it had a DAB radio, which didn't exist in North American side.
Yeah, mine has the DAB radio. It was updated.
Does it work in US? No.
The radio
Have you ever
works.
tried?
I don't know if it's DAB or not.
Well, DAB, it's a special plug on the antenna on the bottom of the socket.
That's where I have it plugged in, but so it's picking up something through that. I mean, my dealer said it was one of the few that he ever saw with it actually upgraded, because the head unit was sold without it, and then somebody went through the trouble of upgrading it. mean, at the moment,
but it's
I don't care. It's if anything, right? It's like a sort of a reserve frequency radio thing. If shit hits the fan, where you still have power but no internet, at least you can.
the nice thing is that still has AM and FM radio reception, which like the BeoSound 3 right here.
Yeah.
He is only FM, which now feels bad for Europeans because there is no FM anymore, right? Broadcast, more or less. So that kind of sucks. Plus. So yeah, feels bad.
I mean, from a national security standpoint, I don't understand that decision. But
they also, I think, Canada changed their emergency broadcast service for the walkie-talkies, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's now on the app, which makes total sense when you're in the fucking woods and there is no antenna. When you're somewhere in a God's forgotten country that you have no information about the weather coming, unless you have a G-Shock.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
And even that requires the bloody app now because it's a Bluetooth connected watch to like enable your trips. But then at least the barometers and sensors will tell you that the poo is about to hit the fan. And I had tested it and it works actually surprisingly well. So I'm sure this watch will go off way more in Florida than here when it comes to weather systems.
Yesterday we were under a tornado watch.
No shit, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they really ever come, at least not where I live, but it's
So the phone exploded type of thing with the tornado watch?
It wasn't that imminent yet, but we did get messages and stuff, yeah. So, oh well. Then again, the other side of the family that completely is panicked about Florida because of weather, right? They had to get to the basement twice in the last 2 weeks, or 3 times in the last 2 weeks because of actual tornadoes hitting.
Fuck's sakes. But yeah. Florida bad because we just have hypothetical warnings, but you actually got to dig in, for God's sake.
Yeah. It's like, I'm so much more afraid of tornadoes than I am of hurricanes. It's not even funny.
I would agree. On that, because tornado, that's just dude. It's over. Like if you're not in the basement or anywhere that it doesn't pick up, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't get the people that chase these things, man. That's insane to me. But to each their own. I like my hobby. I like my speakers and TVs and such. I go out in the fucking middle of the field somewhere, hope my car don't get blown sideways while I'm trying to film. A very near experience of my own demise, more or less. But to each their own, I guess. I've had enough storms in Calgary before I moved to Montreal that I'm not interested in seeing any of that. I had dragged my fence gate block and a half down the street to put it back on the fucking fence because it ripped it out. No idea how it missed all the cars, man, but my neighbor saw it getting ripped out and said it flew 25 feet in the air. A full wooden a gate. But I built it sturdy enough, it didn't fall apart. So what do we got? Nobody commented. So 60% people love BNO. 30% were very entertaining. Oh. Right on.
Are we just silly for thinking tornadoes are worse? Or
I think the worst that can be is a tropical category 4 storm. That is based on, at least when I was in Bahamas, what they had described when the last one really like category 4 hit. It ain't funny at all.
Well, I lived through one last year.
So
because when it hit, it was a category 4. When it was over our house, it was category 3. But it's it was an event, to put it that way, and to then not have power for like a week.
Yeah, but you're not in Bahamas in some sort of a little fucking straw shack, bro.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the difference, right? You know, when the wolf comes to your house, he can huff and puff.
Yeah,
It ain't like the piggies are fucking homeless in Bahamas when he huffs and puffs. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's partially. Having grown up in the Netherlands, right? There is a healthy fear of water.
Oh well, yeah. You guys are a few meters below the ocean.
Yeah, so I mean, moving here was very much like living on the beach is lovely, but it's not a free sort of experience. Like if a hurricane comes and you live on the beach, right? Like be prepared to have like 60 centimeters of water in your house. Like, so yeah, no. The reason we live here where we live here is because I got up geographical maps and see like topography and stuff. And I want to be at least 5-6 meters above the highest known tidal wave that they've known here. Because I just don't want to be underwater. Like, it's like, yes, I can swim and it's all fine, but like that water, it's like it makes everything nasty. Like it's not so much deadly, but it's like it's the agony thereafter, right? Because you're gonna have fucking bugs everywhere because all of a sudden water is everywhere. It's like,
thank you, Ed. Thank you for the coffee, brother. Appreciate it. But yeah, also the sewage and everything else that floats out, right? Because water gets everything. It's flushed out, man. Now you got old Henry's without the wrapper floating in the streets.
Yeah.
That ain't good. But yeah. Here it's not that severe, but when the storms hit in the winter in Montreal, that's a different level of crazy. Like the last year we had the back-to-back, which was 70 centimeters in a week. That's a lot of fucking snow, man. Like that's a lot of snow. That makes traffic impossible almost because whatever was 2 lanes is barely 1. And
I mean, one of the local insanities, right, is that the main hospital for Tampa they built in the Bay.
Why would they do that?
Because there was space. And it's easy for everybody to get to.
Yeah, but what if the water hits?
Well, that's what it did last year, right? So they put up these sandbags, but they have to go up at least 6 feet, and it still went over it.
Fuck, that's a lot of pressure, man. 6 feet of water to hold back? God,
yeah, the water still just went over it.
Oh, no shit.
So, like, literally in an event like that, the hospital is just out, right? Like, you better hope you don't need it.
They need that shit that they have in Netherlands, those inflatable freaking dams that come up in front around the perimeter of the hospital, I guess.
It's one of the most retarded things ever, right? Where, like, you build the thing that takes care of the sick and whatever else and the infirm in the place with the most danger.
Speaking of danger, Philippines are now having an interesting time with the volcano. I don't know if you caught up. Sorry, this turned to like a freaking news flash. Yeah. It's fucking serious. Put it that way.
I hope that our friend, Mr. Not Quite High Net Worth Individual, is all right.
Oh man, you better bag up those 90s and shit, because it's they got a lot of dust. Like they're.
Oh, that's also that horrible fine dust that gets into everything.
Yeah. This isn't no freaking cigarette ash, bro. This is terrible. But if it goes off, it could go off really bad for not just them, but for the rest of the world. Because that apparently is it's a larger volcano than, what was the Vesuvius? Whichever one, the Pompeii that did them in.
Oh.
So.
I'm looking now.
Yeah, no good in Philippines, brother.
I mean, this is sort of Lord of the Rings-esque. Like,
No. Shit is going on severely there.
Like is Sauron coming out of the earth or something? Like what the fuck?
No, I feels bad for people in Philippines now. It's yeah, this is pretty serious. So yeah, Canceller TripAdvisor is not going to have good ratings in Philippines now. Especially the air quality is definitely down to shit. But yeah, they got different worries than we do here right now. That's for damn sure.
Wow, I did not know that. That's yeah. We'll see if it is as bad for air travel as that one in Iceland. The one with the 27.
Oh, that one was insane. Yeah, that one was insane when the planes landed and the paint was sanded off the noses.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So.
Yeah, I hope our friends are all right. That I'll have to send them a message because
keep your powder dry, I guess.
Yeah, I can understand that's very unpleasant to live through.
Oh, dude, and there's no way it's finer than drywall dust, and that shit gets everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I couldn't even imagine the mess. Like you'll never be able to clean your car out 100%.
Apparently, we're the crazy ones. Hurricanes are scarier than tornadoes.
I don't know.
I think you're wrong.
I think you're wrong.
But I'll respect your decision.
I respect it too. I'll reserve my opinion once I see one. Then we'll revisit this poll and see where it goes.
Yeah, I still have to get an electrician out to get that what you call a generator hookupable to the house. But other than that, we're hurricane proof.
Be careful with the generator hookup though. Make sure that the power doesn't get fucked up when the generator goes to its self-test mode. Some people have it done.
No, we have. Oh, what is that?
It's a specific device that prevents that spike and in and out thing. It's almost like a capacitor in there, I think. But I've had that. This is like 2 years ago. I brought this up on the podcast when we had a guy that they built a house and they put a Jenny inside, and mysteriously every Tuesday at 10 o'clock in the morning, the fucking entire system, all the BNO, all the network would just die and come back, and then it would die again after 1 hour, and then come back and it would be good for a week. And we found out that it was the generator running its Tuesday morning self-test between 9 and 10. Where the power just went to shit because it dipped down and came back up. And it's very bad for the electronics, of course.
Yeah, so you have a standard generator that essentially just spins a giant alternator from an engine, right? We have, I think it's called an inverter type, where like the same thing still happens. An engine spins an alternator, but it converts it back to DC, then back to AC. And that means
to smoothen out the wave.
Yeah, so the ripple is like 0.2% maximally.
Oh, so that's not bad at all.
So like if you need it to be 110 volt or whatever it is, it's within 109.8 and 110.2.
At that time, I would still unplug my 50s and 90s, or your 50s, my 90s. I just got
they're
that
not going to be on, right? Because there's no point in pulling that much power because it pulls more fuel. But I want my fridges and stuff and my coffee and
that has to go.
Yeah, like I mean, my generator's big enough that it can turn the AC on, so that's nice. I mean, I would like some hot water to shower in because last time we had no hot water for a week.
Yeah, that gets old pretty quickly.
Like I'm okay with like washing my dishes manually and all that stuff, right? But showering in completely cold water is unpleasant.
It's freaking gulag time, bro.
So yeah, there's that.
Anyway,
you're all wrong. The tornadoes are worse.
I'll see. Snowstorms are as bad as well. Yeah. So, but anyway, we'll see you in a week.
Have a good week, everybody. Have fun.
Thanks for watching.
Love you long time. Bye.
Bye.